Hello people, I'd like to know what the hell business it is of everybody else, what one man does as long as he ain't creating disturbance or trespassing against anybody else. I'm supposed to be on a big job in California making a substantial amount more money than I make here. Not that I don't make pretty good money here at my home, but California would have been about 5 times as much fake money, fiat money. But to get on this job, it was mandated that you take a urine test. So Wednesday, my workmate George and I, we go over to Biosh, this collection site that is the place that they want us to be for this job, to have this urine sample. George gets helped out, and now it's my turn at the counter, and I go up there and I present the same ID that I've been using for the last 15 years. It's been expired, yeah, but that don't mean that I'm expired. This ain't no, it's nothing but a piss test, for Christ's sake. But anyway, they won't take it, and we're arguing back and forth, and it's no big deal. I say, you know what, I don't care. I'll go get an ID, and I'll be back. And I swooped up my paperwork, and I went back, and I sat down, and they called George back there. I'd been drinking a lot of water, and so I had to pee. And so I walked back up to that receptionist, and I said, hey, I drank a lot of water for this test, and I need to use the bathroom, and there ain't no establishments around here but this. Can I use the restroom? She tells me, no, they ain't for public use. And I'm like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. Anyway, I go, and I hike clear out of my way, and I go take a piss, and I come back. That's not no big deal. But then the next day I'm at work, and Biosh had called Lamson, my employer, and informed them that I tried to come in and take a urine test with an expired ID. None of their goddamn business. None of their business at all. Anyway, I explained to Lamson, yeah, you know I don't have an ID. I'm going in Friday. I'm taking my own personal time Friday. I'm going to go get an ID, and I'm going to get this urine test. It's not a big deal. And they agree. But I'm still furious at Biosh for calling my employer. But it gets more interesting. So Friday noon rolls around, I take off, and I head over to the Department of Licensing to get my ID so I can go on this job, go get this piss test and go on this job. So we all know how the Department of Licensing is with their lines, so my daughter drops me off at the Department of Licensing, and she heads over to Wendy's to eat lunch, which is about a block away. So I go into Department of Licensing and take a number. They call me up, and first thing I say is, well, I hope you sleep good at night. And he goes, what are you talking about? I said, fucking scamming all these Americans out of their hard-earned money on this fictitious driver's license and unnecessary ID. I said, it's a big scam, and you're part of it. I hope you sleep good at night. So we already had a rough start. Anyway, he asked me for my ID. I hand it to him, and he tells me, he says, I need to see your eyes. So I peel the glasses down, and I've been talking to him for a second, and I put these glasses back on my face, and I'm still explaining to him what a fraud is, and he says, I need to see your eyes, or you're not going to get an ID. I said, I already showed you my eyes. He says, no, you're not getting an ID if I don't see your eyes. And I got to get on this job, so I peel these glasses off my face, and I put my face right in his eye. I says, can you see my eyes now? He says, yeah. I said, all right. So I fucking put my glasses back on my face, and I stand back and still telling him what a piece of shit he is for scamming America. And so he gets done with the computer work on my ID, and he's punched a hole in it, and he says, that'll be $54. Like, holy shit, dude, I only got 40 out of the bank. So last time I bought an ID, it was like 20, 25 bucks. He says, yeah, they've gone up, yada, yada. So I hand him my credit card. And he says, oh, you're using a credit card, it's going to be an extra $2. Oh, man, I'm curious now. We have a brutal exchange of words on what a bigger scam this fucking place is. Anyway, I'm done arguing with him, and there's nothing more. I had to pay. So he tells me, all right, go get your picture taken. And this idiot, he hands me only my ID back with a hole in it. And I'm furious, and I ain't even thinking about my credit card. I just snatch his shit out of his hand, and I go over to get my picture taken. Stand in line over there to get my picture taken. Finally, they call my name for the picture taken. They tell me to sign on the dotted line there. And so I print, without prejudice, UCC 1-308, and then below that I write, fuck corporate government. Well, this lady taking the picture, she looks down at that, and she hem-haws around there for a minute and goes and gets her supervisor. Her supervisor comes over and looks down at this signature and looks at me, and I'm standing there mean mugging them. I'm ready to get the hell out of there. They don't say anything. They just blow through the picture and send me out the door with a piece of paper. Well, so I go down to Wendy's about a block away to meet up with my daughter, and I go in and I order a Frosty because they're still eating lunch, and I had that $40, so I'm not even thinking. I just paid with cash, one of the rare times I ever have cash. So I pay, and I sit down and I eat my Frosty. My daughter and my granddaughter, they finish up their lunch, and we get in the car and we're headed over to Biosh to get this piss test done. Well, on the way, my daughter says, "Hey, Dad, I'm out of gas." I tell her, "Well, pull in here. I'll just we'll put gas in your car." She pulls into this gas pump. I get out, go over to the pump, open up my wallet, and I ain't got my credit card. I'm like, oh shit, I left it at the Department of Licensing. So I go back to the Department of Licensing, and they're telling me, "Oh no, we don't have your credit card." And I'm like, oh okay, maybe I dropped it between here and Wendy's and the gas station. So I'm going back and forth for well over an hour looking for this credit card. And finally I'm furious, and I walk back in and I say, "Look, this is the only place that I could have lost my credit card." I said, "It's here, I know it is." And their manager holds up my credit card and she goes, "Oh, you mean this?" I said, "You know damn well what I mean." I go to grab it and she pulls it back and she says, "I need to verify the signature on this thing that it's you." I said, "Look, damn it, there ain't no fucking signature on that credit card, and you know it. And if you want to see my signature, here it is." And I handed her back the ID that I just purchased, and she looks at it, and yeah, it still says fuck corporate government. And so she hands me both of my ID and my credit card back, and everyone's looking at me by this time. By the time I turn around and I'm walking out, because it's created quite a little bit of a commotion. And so I stop and I turn around and I said, "And if you want to know what my signature says, it says fuck corporate government, and fuck you too." They're telling me to get out, no big deal. So I leave. And by now it's too late to go take this piss test. So I go home, and Monday I go to work, and after work I go over to Biosh, and I'm mad at Biosh because they had called my employer and breached Personal Confidential Information Act, and when I get in there, I'm fired up at them. I'm pointing at them, and I'm telling them it's bullshit, you motherfuckers, you call my employer, yada yada. It's a pretty heated exchange. And anyway, we get that all situated, and they're taking my information. They've looked at my brand new $56 frickin' paper ID, and then they say, "We need a phone number in case we have to get a hold of you." I said, "There's no reason I need to be got a hold of." I said, I don't have a phone. And they said, "Well, we're not going to take a piss test without a phone, or we're not going to collect your urine without a phone." And I'm like, well, the only phone number I know is the one I had 20 years ago, and before I fucking woke up to the realities of government. So I give them this old phone number, and they collect this urine sample, and this is on Monday, and I work Tuesday and I'm going to take the rest of the week off because we're going to go make some killer money in California. Well, Wednesday I get a call from Lamson telling me that I need to call this lab up because there's a flag on my urine. And I'm thinking, well, it must be too diluted because we've been drinking 2 gallons of water every day because it's so damn hot. Well, I call them up and they say, "Yeah, you got marijuana in your system?" And I'm like, "There ain't no frickin' way. Not buying it." So I call Lamson up and I explain to them that they say that I got marijuana in my sample. And so Lamson discharges me immediately. Boom, you're done. And so I call up the man running the job in California, and he says, "Well, are you clean?" I said, "Yeah, I'm clean. I don't know what's going on." He says, "Well, you need to go in and talk to Bruce, the safety representative for Lamson, one-on-one." So I go in and I talk to Bruce, and he says, "Are you clean?" I said, "Yeah, I'm clean. I know I'm clean." He says, "Well, are you willing to take a test right now?" I said, "Yeah, let's go." And so he swoops me up and we go over to this testing facility, and he orders a monitored one to where they literally watch it stream out of my dick. So they take that sample, and lo and behold, I passed it. I'm clean. And so now I'm still in Lamson's yard. They put me back to work, but I'm not in California, and they're working on that. I don't know. I'm losing a lot of money. I just thought I'd share that with you. It's pretty ironic that of all this bullshit that happened, just trying to get on a job, I'm at loss for words on it. If anyone has had any kind of similar experiences or whatever, I don't care. Drop a note down below and tell me what you think. I think it's a bunch of bullshit myself, and I got to get ready for work right now because I'm not a government dole and I do work. And anyway, you folks have a good day. I'm signing off. Brian Miner. You guys, see you later.